Hi everyone, delonewolf here and welcome to some EVE Online. As you can see, I am mining a little bit in Iona, and that means that today's video is only going to cover one of the latest dev blogs, but I think it's actually a very important one. Not only is it one of the first dev blogs that give us some information on the summer expansion, it is also one that is probably going to rock the entire economy on its foundations. So it's called Reprocess All the Things, and just to give you guys a quick idea how technical this one is, quite technical, so I'm going to try and condense this a little bit to something that you guys can handle without having to read through the entire dev blog. If you are a miner, an industrialist who is going to get hit quite heavily by these changes, I highly suggest that you do go through the entire dev blog, try and get a feel for all the numbers there as well. But what's going to happen, CCP is planning to change the reprocessing system in the summer expansion. The reasons for this are, first of all, at the moment it's very easy to get to a 100% perfect refining rate, even in high-sec, in something like the high-sec stations that have a base refinery of 50%. With skills and implants you can get to 100% very easily. In fact, if I go and have a quick look at my own skills in this, so I think it's in resource processing, you can see that I have stuff like Scordite and Veldspar at 4, refinery efficiency is even only at 3, and it's not maxed out, but I do get the best possible yield in a high-sec station already. A second reason is that at the moment null-sec and low-sec can only get to 100% efficiency as well, and so there is no way to give the players that take some more risk by doing industry in something like a null-sec outpost, to give them a little bit of an advantage compared to doing the industry right here in high-sec in full safety. And so they want to change that as well by giving them a little bit of an advantage in the reprocessing efficiency that they get out of doing it in null-sec or low-sec. It's also a problem with some of the current game design decisions that they have to make. If I want to show you guys this, I have to go to my Dominic's BPC, so let's see if I can find that somewhere. Yep, here we go. In order to avoid people getting minerals for free, for instance by reprocessing a Dominic's, they have to go with an extra materials tab, which is not insignificant. Look at that, 384,000 Mexalon for a Dominic's. These materials, when you reprocess a Dominic's, are not refunded to you, and so this is completely counterintuitive, but it's a little bit of well, a cheat, a band-aid that CCP had to implement in order to avoid people getting free materials by producing Dominic's and then reprocessing them. And so that's also something that they want to try and fix by changing the reprocessing situation. And at the moment there is also a little bit of a problem with the role that the roar call is playing with its compression facilities. The problem is that at the moment the most efficient way of moving minerals in large quantities is actually by producing a certain module, for instance 425mm railguns. You produce them, you move them in bulk, and then you process them locally. You actually get the most minerals per cubic meter in the transport ship that is possible. The roar call is supposed to, of course, have the ability to compress ores, and unfortunately at the moment that is not the most efficient way to do it, and so they also want to try and fix this by changing the reprocessing system. Now overall this means it's going to be a significant nerf compared to our current reprocessing rates, and it looks like these guys are actually taking care of these Serpentis guys. So I will actually quickly put my my mining drones on here again. Let's go like that. Yeah, the changes mean a significant nerf to the current rates of processing. They're going to try and keep it pretty much the same for reprocessing ores and ice, but if you're looking at something like reprocessing mission loot, guns or ships or stuff like that, it's going to take a hit of at least 45% for people with the very best possible skills. That's quite significant. Even a character that does reprocessing of ores in high sec that has perfect skills and perfect NPC corporate standings will still get 10% less minerals after the changes to reprocessing in the summer expansion. If you add the best implants, you get to 2.8% less if you do it in high sec. So yeah, overall you will get less minerals from reprocessing stuff, a lot less from reprocessing modules, and a little bit less, 3 to 10% with perfect skills and standings from reprocessing something like ores that you mine directly in an ore belt. Then they will move to give the nullsec outposts a little bit of an advantage. So first of all, they will bring all the outposts in line with the current high-sec stations, so a base reprocessing rate of 50%. After that, with some investments for Galdari, Galente and Amar, they can add 2, 4 and 7% to that. For Minmatar, they can add 3, 7 or 10% to that. That means that with perfect skills, perfect standings, not sure if that actually has anything to do with it in nullsec, and fully upgraded outposts, they will actually be able to get 14.4% more minerals out of ores than what we currently get in high sec. That means at least 17 to 18% more than the best situation for a high sec reprocessor. I'll try and put it like that. So that means that reprocessing the ores in nullsec is going to get you the most minerals, the most bang for your buck, so to speak. What does this also mean? It means that if they actually implement this change, there is going to be a significant problem with the way people actually currently export minerals to nullsec. Like I've said, the most efficient way to do this is to do it through modules such as the 425mm railgun. So they produce these massively, they bring them to the market, people buy them in massive quantities, stock a full jump freighter full of 425mm railguns, bring that to their nullsec outpost where they want to build, let's say, a Titan or a super carrier. They reprocess all of those into minerals, and that's actually getting the most minerals per run from your jump freighter. If that gets hit by 45%, that's of course no longer going to be the most efficient way to do it, and we will have to go through the compression of ores directly in order to try and help the nullsec guys, in order to for them to be able to actually bring in minerals in large quantities, you know, in similar rates to what they're doing at the moment. And in order to help that, they're actually going to add a module to process, so that even high-sec guys and wormhole guys will have the ability to compress the ores that they mine into compressed ores, so that they can be brought to the market very easily, and then nullsec guys will simply buy that, move it to nullsec, reprocess them there with the most efficiency possible in the game, and then get the most minerals out of it this way and start producing the biggest items as well, like Titans and super carriers. They're also going to change the way reprocessing works visually. So here you have some screenshots on early development ideas. You know, you can add all the materials or the ores in there, and then on the right side you see what the results of that will be. It will also be instant, so you won't actually waste a lot of time reprocessing stuff in an array, for instance. All of this will be instant. So yeah, nerf to high-sec, they'll get less minerals for their goods. Buff to null-sec, if you actually have a fully upgraded outpost there, you will be able to get the most minerals out of something like compressed feldspar, for instance, or compressed plagioclase. On the other hand, high-sec guys will have the ability to compress the ores themselves, bring those to the market, and those will be very valued by null-sec alliances, for instance. So what are the expected impacts on my personal end, and from what I've read in the comments? Short term, I think people will start to hoard the ores instead of reprocessing at 100%. and bring the minerals to the market, which is what most people do very quickly at the moment, I think a lot of people are going to start hoarding the raw ores, so that when this hits, they can compress them, bring that to the market, and have their nullsec alliance actually get 14% more minerals out of stuff that they're mining at the moment. That is one thing that I think is going to happen. I'm going to do it myself as well. No need for me to be refining what I'm mining at the moment anymore, since I can wait on the money, and I will start to hoard this as well. A secondary impact of this is of course that we can expect a decrease in supply of minerals. So I do think we'll see prices of minerals increase just on this news right here, right now. At the summer expansion itself, we need to do some calculations on that, but know that all the high-sec miners that plan to reprocess, they will actually get a significant hit to the amount of minerals they get from that. Missioners that reprocess their loot, they're gonna get a really big hit of 45%. Same with people that rat in nullsec, for instance, and that reprocess the meta loot over there. All of this gets cut by around 50%, which is not insignificant. And so depending on how much this means to the mineral supply in general in EVE Online, this could actually be a problem for the price of minerals as well. So not only are we going to see an increase in prices right now because of this news, if it turns out that a significant volume of minerals actually come from reprocessed mission and ratting loot, this will mean more upwards pressure to mineral prices once the changes hit in the summer expansion. So yep, there you go guys. I think it's a very, very important one, especially if you mine or if you produce stuff. Whether you're in high-sec, null-sec, or even in wormhole space, this is going to significantly change the way you get your material, minerals, or the way as a miner you bring your minerals or your ores to the market. And it's a very, very important one that is going to have a significant impact on the entire economy and the entire industry. Maybe to end up also, this does mean that there is a very high chance that this summer expansion, which usually is a smaller expansion in EVE Online, is going to be very focused on industry and on reprocessing, on mining and stuff like that. So personally, I think this also means that we are probably not going to see something like new systems in the summer expansion just yet. That may be a little bit of unfortunate thing to have happen, but yeah, these are drastic changes that are going to change the entire landscape of EVE Online. In general, from the comments, people are very happy with the ideas behind the current changes to reprocessing. One thing that they're not so happy about is that they're basically forcing people to invest all their skill points into the reprocessing skills. Let me quickly show those again here. Resource processing skills in order to get the most out of something like ores, ice, or just modules that you reprocess. But this will not have an impact on something like refineries in a POS. And so that's a little bit weird, you know. That CCP is not going to draw the line to all the reprocessing possibilities, but keep in mind all of this is still subject to change. But that is something that I've seen a lot of people say, no, you should just have the skill modifiers apply to any reprocessing that you do, which in the current plan is not going to be so for a refining base in POSes. And other than that, I think there is a problem with alchemy. I personally don't understand it yet, but it's been acknowledged by CCP already, so do expect something to change on that end as well. These changes are going to mean a problem for alchemy. Don't ask me which one it is, but I already saw a dev responding to that is indeed a very good point, and that they will actually bring this up when they discuss these changes further. But yeah, just if I have to maybe recap this in just a few sentences, reprocessing efficiency is going down quite significantly for people at their current skill levels. If you want to get close to the current amount of minerals you get out of ores, in HiSec you will want the implants, all the skills and all the standings with the corporations, so a significant investment of time and effort. And then the nullsec guys will actually get a bit of a bonus. They will be able to get more minerals out of ores than what you get in HiSec. On the other hand, their current way of transporting bulk amounts of minerals gets nerfed significantly, and thus HiSec guys actually get a chance to participate in that aspect of the industry as well. Pretty damn big change, but that's it for this video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I'm going to finish my mining run, and I'll see you all next time.